My name is Terry Swears. I'm a member of the Atrex support team. This tips and tricks video is intended to help you get the most out of your Atrex by highlighting a few of the features and functions in Atrex that you may not be aware of. The first tip is where to get help when you need it. You can get to the Atrex help by selecting the help menu or by pressing F1 at the main window. This will display the contents page of the Atrex help. This page has some links to common support topics and additional detailed information in the topic tree on the left. The second method is again by pressing F1, but from inside of an Atrex function. This will display the context-sensitive help for the specific function or window that you are currently using. If you see the hand at the top of the help window, there is detailed information available using hotspots. As you move the mouse pointer over the image, it will change from the standard mouse pointer to the hand, indicating that you can click on that hotspot to get help for that specific field or area of the window. Also from the Atrex support help menu, you can access our community forums as well as our knowledge base. The knowledge base is particularly useful as it addresses a large number of our most commonly asked questions. Lastly, you can easily access the Atrex User's Guide from the help menu at any time. The User's Guide provides comprehensive searchable documentation for the Atrex package. Now let's look at a pair of productivity items. The first of which is the ability to start transactions quickly using function keys rather than selecting the function from the menu using the mouse. When you bring up the sales menu, you are presented with all of the available sales functions to select from. If a function has been assigned a function key, it is shown to the right of the function name. So you can start an invoice by pressing F5, a sales order by pressing F6, and a quote by pressing F7. You will also notice that we have grouped all of the same transaction type to a single function key so that all invoices use F5, orders F6, and quotes F7. Jumping over to the reports menu, you will see that the transaction reprint functions also use those same base function keys. This allows you to quickly reprint a transaction directly rather than editing a transaction just to print it a second time. Being able to find information when you need it is important, and Atrex can help with that. Throughout Atrex, when starting a function, you will be prompted with an entry window so you can specify the items that you want to work with. The options for the entry windows will vary depending upon what type of information that window is working with, and they will be displayed below the entry field. On the customer selection entry window, one of the search options is phone number. Entering an exclamation point followed by the last 4 digits of the phone number will display all customers that have the numerical portion of your entry in their phone number. As it's the most common entry window you will use in Atrex, let's take a look at the options for the stock code entry window. If you know the exact stock code, you can enter it directly and go directly to that item. You can use the question mark to indicate that you want to search for a stock code. Entering as much of the stock code that you know, followed by a question mark, will display a list of all of the stock codes that start with what you entered before the question mark. The last option is to search using a filter, which allows you to search fields other than the stock code. Entering any portion of a stock code followed by 2 question marks will display the filter window where you can enter your search criteria. The stock code filter window defaults to searching the description field, but you can select any field that you want or filter on multiple fields. When you click the OK button, the stock code selection list will show only those items that match the specified criteria. If you are using a filter, you can clear the filter by clicking the X to the left of the filter summary at the bottom of the grid. One very powerful aspect of using filters is that you can easily reactivate a previous filter via the right-click menu of the selection window. The last item we're going to look at in this video is something we call active windows, because they leave the main application window active so you can start additional functions. Say you've been working on editing a stock code for an extended period of time, where you're not ready to make your changes permanent, but you also don't want to lose the work that you've already done, and a customer is ready to be invoiced. Because the stock code editing window is an active window, you can access the main menu and start the invoice for the customer without closing the stock code edit. Now say the customer needs to go grab another item and there is another customer waiting behind them. Instead of canceling the first invoice, you can start a second invoice for the second customer and then go back to the first when that is completed. Now that you're back to the main window again, you can navigate between the 2 current active windows by clicking on the window header or by clicking on the active window icons in the active window list. And that concludes today's video. Thank you for watching.